Commanding General Yahanna will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General Yahanna, live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the I.S.U.P.K. UK. Lift the glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahushua in King James Castle. Bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General Yahanna will put 12 chill General Muhammad scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, I.S.U.P.K, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General Yahanna will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event.
Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!
Hello mate, I spun the hard Monday. Now your place when the cuss I win the chase. Get straight to the pace from a day.
Hey, Shalom Israel, it's Captain Mashak, right here from DC. Don't forget, this September, end of September, the 28th, 29th, 30th, all the way up to October 4th and 5th. Commander Yahanna and the I.S.U.P.K, we're going to be live in the UK, United Kingdom. We're going to be up in Scotland, in King James Castle. You see the nigga on my chest. Really right there. King James, man, a black man. We're going to go to his family castle in Scotland and Edinburgh. That castle was built on a volcano. Now, that's some nigga shit, man. That's some nigga shit right there. Up on top of the volcano, brother. You don't want to miss it. Kentucky Camp Leader, you could get down. Kentucky Camp Leader, you could make this trip. You brothers in UK, you sisters in UK, you all come on through, man. Commander Yahanna going to be right in your yard. Back hometown, we're going to be Birmingham, Manchester, Leicester, Nottingham, London, Croydon, everywhere done. Everything done.
Now your face and London, done. Another plus clansman, bad man's king, down one dance, paint on gunman. And if you feel like sending the do action, recheck good man, go and get a wrong bang. And my style, them a kick like Van Damme, Birmingham, London, England, Brampton. Listen up, them off the home, I find them, from my 30 gun, mad dog, from my Burberry. Let us speed me a papa, when my pill them, God, the way you say, senseless, pan the $1 million job. Hashtag got the young pan the gram from my fans. I'm ready to it smoother than the dance. Fit them up, better know our time pan the clock. You know watch them flop, them last pan them up. Gun in the London, done. Another plus clansman, bad man's king, down one dance, paint on gunman. And if you feel like sending the do action, recheck good man, so we get a wrong bang. And my style, them a kick like Van Damme, Birmingham, London, England, Brampton. and on. Now the girl chase that, now manifest that part. Only we are make away the vexing fun.
And
shouldn't have to mute it.
oh, that's on you now.
Yep.
There we go. You good.
All right. Let's talk it up. Shalom, DC, with the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, star out 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible, and the truth is that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Jews, that our oppressor, the white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Every day we are reminded, who we are, and yet we don't want to take heed to who we are, or what our position, our hierarchy is in this kingdom. The more we try and get up underneath the oppressor, the more they are going to kill us. The more they are going to do wicked things to us. And how many more examples do we need of them hating us? Do we have to then wake up and realize that the oppressor just absolutely hates us? Jacksonville, Florida, what just happened this past week is a prime example of how much they hate us. They've been saying this since 1492. Before that, really. And it's biblical. It's biblical how much they hate us. And all we do is bring out the truth and just bring out examples of how much they hate us. And we're the only ones, the only black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians are the only ones that say we all need to get along. They don't say that. They don't say that because they know their hierarchy within this kingdom. They know that they're on top and we're on the bottom. And every single time that we try and rise up or be equal to their position, they're going to do things to remind us that where our place is. And that is on the bottom in this kingdom. That's in this kingdom. I keep emphasizing this kingdom because this kingdom is coming to an end. World War III is at hand.
Sure.
We only need but a few, really we shouldn't have no more reminders because we should know exactly who they are and what they are to us. They're nothing but oppressors and future slaves.
Sure.
Future slaves, get that through your head. But we're gonna read an article what's going on with this mass shooting and see what in the world transpired. It's been like I said, it's been about a week since it's happened. So there's more information and more details outlining the events that led up to what happened. Right? Before we do that, we got any comments, questions, or concerns in the chat?
You got checking that you got somebody that's just trolling.
Let me hear it.
Or Ron C said, I turned in for updates on the mass shooting in Jacksonville. Not this nonsense.
He what?
Said I tuned in for updates on the mass shooting in Jacksonville. Not this nonsense.
Well, you about to get some updates. You're about to get some updates on what happened in Jacksonville. We're going to tell you what the news doesn't tell us. We're going to tell you the absolute truth. Why this devil did what he did. And why, and furthermore, why he was able to do what he did. Right? Let's give me that
Which video?
No, we're gonna save that video for last. We're gonna save that video for last. Give me the article, CNN article. Make it so that if you go and put it up there,
You're small.
they're small. No, the
article small.
Yeah, matter of fact, make me small.
Okay.
If you can do that, if it's possible. I don't know if it's possible to make me small.
Yeah, no.
Oh, it is? I don't know.
Let me make the joke. You got the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start. If anybody has any comments, questions, or concerns, go ahead and type it in the chat. We're gonna get to it.
All right. A federal hate crime probe is underway after 3 people were killed in a racist rampage. Hold on. After 3 people were killed in a racist rampage in Jacksonville, officials say. Here's what we know.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down. CNN says. Sorry. CNN says a federal hate crime investigation is underway after a white gunman with a
Swastika.
A blatant assault style rifle killed 3 black people at a Dollar General. Yo. Do this up and slow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Means. Pull it up on my phone. Killed 3 black people at a Dollar General store in Jacksonville, Florida. Authorities said.
So okay, so you got this white supremacist, this white man, a white gunman that has a swastika drawn on his rifle, going into a Dollar General where it's frequented by blacks, by the Lord's chosen people. He specifically chose this place. He specifically chose this place. He didn't just randomly happen to see a black, someone black walking in the store. He knew this area. He knew where he was going. He knew what he was doing. Right. Let's keep reading. But before that, he went to 2 other places. He went to 2 other places and he tried to go and carry out this attack at 2 other places, and he was deterred in both places. We're gonna read that how he was deterred when we, a little further on in his article. Let's keep reading.
The shooting claimed the lives of Angela Michelle Carr, 52, and Joseph A.J. LaGuerra Jr., 19, and Gerald Gillian, 29. The gunman identified as 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmita.
So just like what Commander General Yahanna brought out, what was it called? These incels, involuntary celibates. These bastards, just don't know how to get a release. Now they're doing harm because Becky with the good hair turned them down one too many times. He says, "It's all I can stand, and I can't stand no more." And he going to take it out on black people. Why? Because of his inadequacies. Because he can't back abroad. Because he don't have no game. He can't. Everything that comes out of his mouth is foul or awkward or just plain. So now he can't get a woman. Now he's gonna go ahead and shoot up a black store. He's gonna take it out on us because he ain't got no stop. Yo, there was a video. I'm so lucky. It was have you seen it? It was somewhere in class, right? This dude was talking to this guy, and you couldn't see the other guy, but you saw the dude. They zoomed in on his face, and he was like, "Man, you stop talking to my girl. You should stop talking to her. Don't do nothing. Just stop talking." And he was like, "Man, I don't even like skinny girls." And the dude, you just hear it in his voice. He was like, it was a brother, right? He was like, "Man, I don't even like skinny girls." And he just started, "So what are you talking to her then?" And he just started crying. Yo, you ain't never seen it? Man.
I probably have. Just can't think of it.
Man.
Nah, I would remember that. I ain't seen it.
But anyway, his inadequacies, he takes it out on other people. Let's read a little more. That was for slight. It was funny.
Left racist, Christopher Palmita left racist writings and used racial slurs before launching the attack Saturday and then killing himself.
Damn.
Jacksonville Sheriff T.K. Waters said.
So he was a coward, and then he took a coward's way out by killing himself. And we're gonna read later on that this was his plan all along. He planned to do this all along. We're gonna read how the way he planned on doing this, right? Let's keep reading.
Palmita had worked at a Dollar Tree from October 2021 to July of 2022, the sheriff said. There's no question the killings were racially motivated. The sheriff told CNN on Monday. He hated blacks, and I think he hated just about everyone that wasn't white, Waters said. He made that very clear.
He made that very clear that he had hate in his heart. Now, there's a lot of people out there that try unsuccessfully, very unsuccessfully, they try and compare us to idiots like this. They say we're preaching hate and we're a hate group and we have hate in our heart and blah, blah, all this and that. But with so-called hate in our heart, the way our detractors tell us, the people who are our opposition tells about us, you never hear of anything that anybody in I.S.U.P.K has done anything close to anything like this. Have never done anything close to anything like this. When what you're saying is we hate when we say we need to watch out for the oppressor because they get angry and take up rifles and go shooting at innocent people who are unarmed. But we're hating for saying stuff like that. We get called a hate group when we say we need to separate from people so they can't come into our neighborhoods, into our communities, into our schools whenever they feel like it, carrying an AR-15 or an assault style rifle or handgun, whatever, and just start shooting up the place. But we're the hate group for saying that other people are doing that to us and we need to watch out for them. How are we the hate group when they're the ones that are actually saying they hate us and they're going out and carrying out these attacks? How are we the ones that are labeled the hate group when we say we warning our people against the same people that are shooting us, that are destroying us, that are putting their knees on our backs until we can't breathe no more? How are we the ones that are the hateful ones when they're the ones that are actually doing it to us? I don't understand that. We're sounding the warning alarm for all these different races. It's not just the oppressor. He's a chief one. But you got Elam, you got East Indians, you got Moa, you got the Asians, you got the Arabs that are doing this to us, you got the Africans that are doing this to us. All these people are doing the same thing to us, and we're raising the alarm. We're sounding the alarm. And we get labeled as a hate group. We get labeled as ones that are hateful. And unfortunately, we're the ones, going up against each other. When I say we're the ones that go up against each other, I'm talking about white people. The oppressor doesn't say anything. Asians don't say anything. They just walk by there, whatever, and just keep on going, destroying us. But our own people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, are the loudest ones that say we can't say that about them. We need to forgive them. We need to, look past this and find a way to get along. There is no getting along with a viper. There is no getting along with a scorpion. There is no getting along with someone that's in their blood for them to poison something else. There's no getting along with them. You just need to just straight up, you see them, separate them. Pray that the only time you see them is on TV. That's a little bit of heaven in this hell. Right. Only time you see them is on TV or on the internet. Or when you scrolling through your reels, like, man, these white folk crazy. I had a friend of mine who lived in Colombia. He lived in Colombia for about a year or two. He told me that, man, and this, I didn't even know this. He said the part of Colombia that he was living in, there would be most of the people look like us in the part of Colombia he was living in. And he said even the light skinned, the people that look kind of white, or even white, Colombians, he would see them once every 3-4 months. I'm like, man, that's heaven right there. That's a little slice of heaven while you living in hell. That's we take that for granted. We take that for granted.
Right.
And when they come in the neighborhood, everybody's like, hey, what's up? What you want? You good? You need anything? Right. You lost? I can give you some directions. What you need to do is turn back around here and go out that, go down that road, make 2 lefts, and then you're gonna hit the highway out of here.
Right.
Then you good. Then you good. Oh, you want to stop and shop? No, we good. We good. We close.
You don't want your money here.
Yeah. Your money's no good here.
Money's no good.
Your money's no good here. What you can do is, unless you're trying to get some gas, so you can get up on the way up out of here. Gas station right across the street. I'll wait for you over there while you go. You only need two gallons to get up out of here. That's it. To get you to the next exit. That's all you need. That's all you need. And the sooner we get to that, that lifestyle, the better off we'll be. The better off we'll be. It may sound, for people who don't understand what I'm saying, it may sound harsh, but that is a little slice of heaven. You have something?
You talk about like separation, right?
Yeah.
It seemed to be like how you see in the movies, how it used to be back in the day, like where a Negro walks inside a bar, one of them bars that's all white people, and the dude on the piano stops playing, and everybody just looks over, the cowboy hats fly off and all that. That's how I need to be, man. When we see a devil try walking that jump unhandled.
You ever had a situation like that where you walk in and then everybody just seriously, like everybody just stop and look at you? I was in Tokyo. I was in Tokyo. So like I was in Tokyo, right? And I'm with the sister. Me and the sister go in this because the way they have it, is like each floor is like a different restaurant. Right. We go into this to this one restaurant, and like it was the only way to tour was the elevator. So once the elevator opened up and 2 niggas stepped off, everybody stopped and just looked at us. I'm looking around. She's oblivious to what's going on. She was like, okay, yeah, we just sit right here. I'm like, yeah. And at that point, I'm looking for the exit. I'm like, all right, okay. I know we just came off the elevator, but the elevator isn't, reliable. I can't just walk out in the elevator and just go. So I'm looking for the exit. And there's an exit like past them, past everybody. So she sat down and I'm like, yeah. I sat down for a hot second and I was like, yeah, no, we good. Let's go. Let's get up out of here. Right. Let's get about. I don't know what could have happened, what would have happened, but I know what did happen was I got our black asses up out of there. Now, if we as a people take, heed to how the way they treat us, and simply, I can't even say return the favor, because the way they did this to us, I'm not saying to do that to them. What I'm saying is return the favor is in, you see them walking down your neighborhood, just go up to them, ask them, hey, lost? What you looking for? I know everybody around here. Who you looking for? Maybe I can help you. Oh, no. They live, somewhere, or there's no one by that name that lives over here. You know everybody in this 4-block radius? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And you don't belong here. You can just, go ahead and go on and get them out. Get up out of here. Right. Yeah, right? There's nothing for you here. Man, I haven't heard that in a minute. Get it. Right. But if we took that, that what they have done to, and when I say what they have done to us, when we return their same energy, like, all right, really, you're not welcome here. Just go ahead and go on out of here, or just keep walking on through. Don't worry, I'll escort you out. No one's gonna bother you. I'll just walk with you all the way to the end of the our neighborhoods. Just go on ahead. Go on ahead. It's funny. It's funny how there's a lot. I ain't gonna say it's funny. It's sad. It's sad. Whenever we go into any of their establishments, they stop and look at us. They stop and stare like, what the hell are they doing over there? But when they come in our establishments, we try and feed them. We try and get them to do the latest dance and whatnot. We try and endear them to our group, our society and whatnot. But whenever we go around over there, they steady trying to push us out. Steady trying to push us out. Why are we still trying to go back into that that treatment? Why would we want to still go over there in the first place? Let's keep reading. We got Slack real quick. We got anything online?
Nope, nothing online.
All right, let's keep reading.
The judge hold on. He made that very clear. The killer was armed with an AR-15 style rifle and a handgun, which were both legally purchased, the sheriff said.
Okay, so they were both legally purchased. It was quick to say that. It was quick to say that. It was both legally purchased. Now, what's the criteria of purchasing a weapon? I know in the state of Virginia, you can purchase it, but it's a hold until they do some sort of background check. I want to say it's like 3 days. You can buy it, but then you're gonna have to come back and get it within 3 days. No, it's for a handgun as well. I think the only thing that you don't have to do it, I think it's for. I may be wrong, but I believe it may not. You don't have to do that for a shotgun. That may be and I definitely know it for black powder guns. You know what a black powder gun is?
Black powder? No.
It's essentially the musket.
Oh.
You take.
That sounds about right.
You pour that motherfucker in, then you take the stick in.
They right there.
And jam it down. And then you put the lead in it, and then you take aim. Pow. And you go do it again. Those are about the only ones that you don't need a background check for it. But let's keep reading.
Come. The Justice Department is investigating the shooting as a hate crime and an act of racially motivated violent extremism, Attorney General Merrick Garland said Sunday.
Now, why? Like, why? They, the oppressor has this narrative out that all we are, so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all we are is super predators. We're thugs, we're criminals, we're low intelligence, and all we do is drugs and have sex and violate each other. Why would you hate that? If we ain't doing nothing to you, why would you hate that? Why would you then go on and arm yourself and go and try and kill as much black people as possible? If the only thing we're doing is destroying ourselves, why would you then go and hate so much that you wanted to go and do that to us? It goes to show you they don't even believe the dribble that comes out of their own mouths.
Mm-hmm.
According to the Bible, it's a perpetual hatred.
Right.
Let's keep reading.
The thought of everyday Americans going about their daily lives is the latest in a series of shootings targeting Black people.
See, now, Commander Jenny Yahanna has brought this out, before. Why would you, if you're so big, bad, and tough and whatnot, you want to kill Black people? I got to respect, what was the executioner? B-Hop. I saw a documentary on him, before he got into boxing. You know what he was? He was a stick-up kid. Bernard Hopkins. He was a stick-up kid. He would go around robbing robbers. He would go around robbing criminals. He wanted that smoke. He wanted the biggest and the baddest, and he would go in up to them and take whatever it is he wanted to take from them. And he made it a point to not go after people who couldn't defend themselves. Because what's the fun, according to him, this is what he was saying. What's the fun and getting into it with someone who can't do anything to you? Now, if you get into someone who could do something to you and you come out victorious, that's how he felt. He felt he was the man. But that goes to show you the mentality of cowards and bullies. He is a coward. This guy, whatever the hell his name is, what was this dude's name? Ryan Christopher Palmeter. This dude is a coward this dude is a coward. What he did, and we're going to see how much of a coward he is. He went after people who could not defend themselves. Right. Specifically, why didn't he go? I'm pretty sure he could have found somebody, go to the wrong part of town and found somebody who would have fought back. Why didn't he do that? Because he's a coward. He's a punk. He's yellow, as they would say. He didn't want to fight nobody that can fight back. That's why he went to a Dollar General, some poor black people. He went to a school where when you were on campus, you were not allowed to carry weapons, firearms. And then once he got confronted, he went to another Dollar General. Let's keep reading. Coward and a bully.
Including at a supermarket in Buffalo, New York last year, and a historically black church in Charleston, South Carolina in 2015.
Right there. Cowards and bullies. You go to places where people can't fight back. Or you go to a place where their slave master tells them not to fight back. That's exactly what the church does. It tells you to turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Nah. First of all, when the Bible says turn the other cheek, he's not saying turn the other cheek to the oppressor. He's not saying turn the other cheek to the heathen. He's saying turn the other cheek to your brother. Give him the opportunity never to violate you again. It's nothing to do with our oppressor. But the churches don't know that, because they taken all their cues from their slave masters. And when you're taking your cue, your ideology, your instruction from a slave master, all you are is a slave. And you're gonna be a docile slave. You're gonna be a good slave. It's gonna knock that kunta right up out of you and turn you into Toby. That's all they want. That's all they want. Let's keep reading.
Suspect went to a historically black campus and another store before him. The shooter, who lived with his parents in Orange Park in Clay County, left his home around 11:39 a.m.
I'm glad they've been there. He lived with his parents. Why? Because he is an incel. Incel. Keep reading.
And headed to Jacksonville in neighboring Duval County, waters told CNN on Saturday. Surveillance footage shows at around 12:23 p.m. the suspect pulled into a Family Dollar store.
So hold on. It took him damn near an hour to get from where he lived to where he was about to commit these crimes. Damn near an hour. He had to drive an hour somewhere else. Now that's good enough for that's good enough for having like a little buffer. But we got to turn that up. Once we see these bastards in our in our location, right, we need to say something.
Right. They're on high alert.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're on high alert, but they wasn't the. Let's keep reading and see what he's saying.
About a minute later, a security vehicle into the lot and parked in front of the store. The suspect
So about a minute later, it was security that was there. Someone who can fight back. Someone who could fight back showed up. And what did he do?
Says about a minute later, a security vehicle entered the lot and parked in front of the store. The suspect eventually drove away at 12:39.
So he was looking. He was like, "Man, I could take him. You know what? Nah, I can't take. Let me just go on and get about. Let me dip. Let me find another location. Let me see what's going on over here. Why? Because he's a coward. He's a bully. Whenever he goes up, he tries to go up against somebody, he's gonna get knocked down. And then it shows a picture of the dude. Like, yo,
is that right?
That's him right there. I understand.
Like he gets no tail.
You're right. You're right. And he looks like he lost every fight he's ever gotten into.
Right.
If he's ever gotten into a fight.
Right.
But that's the reason why he saw security. It didn't even say police. He saw security, and then he left. He rolled out. He dipped out. Why? Because he is a coward, a bully. He's only big and bad when he has something that can put somebody down, and they don't have a means or a way or an opportunity to defend themselves. That's exactly what our oppressor is cowards. What do you think the atomic bomb was? An act of cowardice.
Right.
Let's keep reading.
At 12:48 p.m., he stopped at Edward Waters University in Newtown, and predominantly black area of Jacksonville, where the sheriff said the suspect put on a bulletproof vest.
So he put in that's where he got the nerve up, and he was like, "This is the location. I'm gonna do it. This is where I'm gonna start my attack." And he started putting on a bulletproof vest. But let's see what happened after this. Keep reading.
Come. Where the sheriff said the suspect put on a bulletproof vest. TikTok video captured him getting dressed, Waters said.
Too bad we ain't got that TikTok video. Too bad we ain't got that. But keep reading.
A student flagged down campus security when they saw the shooter because he looked out of place. You damn right. They say if you see something, say something. Right.
They seen somebody they seen somebody who was not white in a predominantly black neighborhood at an HBCU. And they said, "Yo, he looked out of place." And then they saw him putting on a bulletproof vest. Nah, he don't look like he's here to get a higher education. He doesn't look like he's here for that.
Right.
So they told campus police.
Right.
They told campus police, and he must have saw them telling them or them coming up, the police coming up, because this is what happened next.
So he looked out of place. Edward Waters University president and CEO. President and CEO said, President and CEO Dr. A. Zachary Feisman Jr. told CNN. The man immediately got in his vehicle and started to drive away, being confronted by a security officer who followed him until he left campus.
So right there, this coward left. This bully left. After he got confronted by campus security, he left. Got up out of there. And what did the campus security did? The right thing. What was the right thing? Followed him and made sure he was off campus. Followed him and made sure he was off campus. But now look how heavy this part is right here. Look how heavy this part is right here. This is what campus security did next.
Save some lives.
What's that?
I said that student didn't even realize they saved some lives.
Yeah.
The student and the security officer who just pulled up at that Dollar Tree.
But moreover, the what they could have done was just left it as is. All right, he's up out of off campus, out of our jurisdiction. No sweat. Let's keep on minding our business. But they didn't do this. Keep reading.
We don't, quote unquote, we don't know obviously what his full intentions were, but we do know that he came here right before going to the Dollar General, Prices said.
Now, what in the hell are you talking about? You don't know what his intentions were. Right. After, okay, so if you up to the reports of, you know, he went to the Dollar General, you don't know what the hell is going on over there, but then he went to the black campus, the HBCU, and he started putting on a bulletproof vest, and then left after he got confronted by security. Don't they say if you ain't got nothing to hide, you wouldn't be if you're not guilty, you would be trying to prove ways that you to let everybody know that you ain't guilty? Why are you running? Why are you running? Because he's a bully and a coward. Keep reading. And this statement, that it was unsure, you know what? The reason why he said that is to cover for his cop buddies that dropped the ball. We're gonna read how he dropped the other cops dropped the ball, and how he's covering that statement is covering for him. You don't know what he was doing. How many times they pull us over and be like, "Hey, what you doing?" How many times you don't even have to be outside of a predominantly white anything, putting on a bulletproof vest to get pulled over, and then leaving the scene to get pulled over. All you got to be doing is just simply driving down the road. If you're young, what Jay-Z said, if you're young and you're black and the hat's too low, do I look like a mind reader, sir? I don't know. Dude, you don't have to be doing anything. Philando Castile got shot. What did he get pulled over for? Was it a broken taillight? It was a broken taillight. And you see witnesses seeing him putting a bulletproof vest on. That don't warrant a question or two? Really? That don't warrant a question or two. If it was a nigga putting on a bulletproof vest, nigga ain't even got to be putting on a bulletproof vest. All you got to be doing is holding something that kind of looks like a gun. How many people, how many of our people, Black, Hispanic, and Native American, got shot, got killed because they was pulling out a phone or a wallet or something that may look like a gun when it's not even fully pulled out yet? But this cat put on a bulletproof vest in broad daylight in front of the world to see, and then flees the scene after he gets approached by campus security. That's why he's covering for him. Let's keep reading, because this is what happens that campus security reported after the fact. Keep reading. Mm-hmm.
Members of our university security team reacted almost immediately. I think the reports are in less than 30 seconds after he made contact and drove onto our campus.
That's some good stuff right there. That's some good stuff right there. That's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need. We see something. Hold on. We at Howard University. Why is this devil up over here on campus? Let's call campus security and see what this is all about. I'm gonna keep my eye on you. Call him. I'm gonna keep my eye on him. I'm gonna keep where he is. I'm gonna get his license plate. I'm gonna get the make and model of his vehicle, what color it is, where he's driving, what the dude look like. Why are you calling the police? Ain't that what they do with us? Let's keep reading. But in this case, it would have saved lives. If they would have just followed, if the police would have just followed through like the campus security did. Let's keep reading.
University police followed him out of the lot around 12:58 p.m. and flagged down a sheriff's officer saying there was a suspicious person on campus, Water said.
So after they chased this cat out, they flagged down the police. They said, hey, look, we seen something suspicious on our campus. Y'all need to go and find out what's going on. Because he just fled from us when we approached him. This is the reason why we thought he was suspicious, because A, B, C, X, Y, and Z. Now go and get him. Now this is what they had to say.
Florida will give $1 million to Edward Waters University to help the school strengthen security in the wake of the attack, Governor Ron DeSantis said Monday.
So this is essentially hush money. Like, all right, now we dropped the ball. Don't be going around, saying that we dropped the ball. This is essentially hush money, because these campus security was on point. They said 30 seconds after the dude came on campus, they was on him. They was on him. Just about 30 seconds after campus, they was on him. So this is hush money, really. But give that school that money. Let them bolster up their security so that it'll be 15 seconds when they come on campus. But campus, the school shouldn't be hushed. They should let everybody know what's going on. Y'all told police, the sheriff's department, what's going on, and they dropped the ball. We're gonna read how they dropped the ball. Keep reading.
Florida slugging. We are not, quote unquote, we are not going to allow our HBCUs to be targeted by these people. The Senate said.
Yeah, whatever, nigga.
Right.
Keep reading. DeSantis is no different than the president who just got arrested. He's inciting certain nostalgia in the South amongst young white men. He's raising up that that spirit. So when he says our it's not it has nothing. HBCUs were founded in spite of you, in spite of our oppressor. Why? Because you wouldn't allow us to come to your stinking schools. You wouldn't allow us to get an education. And even if we did go to your stinking schools, y'all would harass us. Y'all would, as much as a hurdle, a challenge is to go to school, y'all would make it even more harder for us to go to y'all stinking schools. So what we did was we formed our own schools in spite of you. We got taught by people who look like us, who wanted to see us succeed. Not throw hurdles and obstacles in our way to see us fail, ensure our failure. At the same time, paying y'all gobs and gobs of ridiculous amounts of money for the opportunity to go to your stinking school. It's not your HBCUs. It's ours.
Right.
Keep reading.
Despite the suspect's questionable appearance on campus, the sheriff said that there was no firm evidence.
No firm evidence. Not even to do a stop and frisk. Not even to
told that he had on a bulletproof vest.
In certain places, just having on a bulletproof vest is illegal. In certain places, you can't have a bulletproof vest. What you need a bulletproof vest for? Huh? I'm not saying this is one of those places. But why? But you can't ask the question? Is it illegal to ask a question? Y'all, if it is illegal to ask a question, y'all break that law all the time with us. Y'all break the law all the time with us. I've seen one, I've seen a few. Some of them First Amendment auditors. There's a bunch of cops say, if you follow someone long enough, driving wise, you'll find some sort of infraction that they're going to make in order to pull them over. Why couldn't they have that same energy when this devil got chased off of a HBCU campus? No, I apologize. He did not get chased off. He ran off because they tried to stop him and ask him some questions. And when he ran, they ensured he kept going until he was off campus. But when they told the police, the sheriff's department, what was going on, what did they do? They said, we don't have enough evidence to stop and ask him a question. When I know there's multiple cops who say you follow someone long enough, 2, 3, 4 blocks, 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, you'll get something where they'll have a traveling violation to stop them and ask them a question. Or how about you just stop them and ask them a question? You, like I said, you do this with us all the time. There is no hesitation. Exactly. Clockwork. When you want to stop us and ask us a question. You had reasonable doubt, probable cause. What you doing stopping, and is one thing if he was already in his vehicle and he had a bulletproof vest on. It's one thing. But when you get out and then put on a bulletproof vest in a HP on a campus, what do you need? And what do you need that for? Now it could have been a reasonable reason. Could have been, but that question would have never gotten asked if you didn't stop them. And this whole thing could have been stopped right then and there. We could have been reading about how, Florida police, the Florida Sheriff's Department in Duval County or Jacksonville, Florida, done stopped a possible hate crime. But no, instead we're reading about how the oppressor is showing his ass once again, showing us exactly how much he hates us. Let's keep reading.
He had the quote unquote, he had the opportunity to do so, and he did not. What is told CNN on Monday. So, despite the suspect's questionable appearance on campus, the sheriff said there was no firm evidence that he planned to carry out an attack at the university.
Liar.
He had the opportunity to do so, and he did not. Quote unquote, what is told CNN on Monday.
Now, why did he did not have the opportunity to carry out that attack? Now they're making it seem like he had, that wasn't his plan. He didn't plan to do that all along. That's how they're making it seem like he had an opportunity to do what he did. Only reason why he didn't do it is because he's a coward. He went where there is no opposition. He saw a security guard at the first place, he left. He saw a security at the second place, he left. Third place, there was no security. Third place, there was no security. That's why he got out and did what he did. Now let's stop right here. Let's get the other. Let's get the other article, if you could, Bob Rashad.
Which one are you looking for?
Hold on. Wait, drop me down. He shot up three people. He shot up two people in the beginning as he went, came in. I'm just going down this article. He shot two people as he came in. Everybody ran out the back. He chased them out the back. When he couldn't get to them, he went back in the store. And someone came in the store. That was the last victim. Came into the store and shot him dead. So the first person was in the parking lot. Came in, shot one of the clerks. Chased everybody out the back. Couldn't get to them. Came back inside. Someone was coming inside, didn't know what was going on. Shot the dude that came into front. He was with his girlfriend. She ran out. See, she ran out. He tried to shoot at everybody else that ran out. When he couldn't get them, this is what happened. Go down to where it says how the carnage unfolded, and then go down to how the carnage unfolded. It shows the Dollar General picture.
How the carnage unfolded.
Now go down to at 118.
At 1:18 p.m., the gunman texted his father and told him to go into his room, where the father found a will and a suicide note. The sheriff said. So
he planned on not coming back home. He planned this. He already wrote out his will and his suicide note on why he did it. He wrote out his will on who's going to get his porno magazines, his porno tapes, who was going to get his blow up dog, who's going out, who's going to go and get his video games or whatnot. That was his life. I can guarantee you, I can make a good bet that's what he was what he was giving away. All his, pocket pool, all his sex toys. Who was getting those things? That was what the will was for. And the suicide note was why he did it. I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet money. It has something to do with how, some Jake who was misguided and took his woman from him, or it wasn't even his woman. It was just some woman he tried to get with, and she turned him down for Tyrone for the Jake. I'm willing to bet it has something to do with Becky not wanting him, but wanting anybody else but him. Anybody else but him. I'm willing to bet. Let that suicide note get out. Let that suicide note get out. Let's keep. No, let's drop that. No, wait, hold on. Yeah, let's drop that. Later on, he shot himself. As the police were getting there, they heard one single gunshot, and they believed it to be him self-deleting himself. That's what happened. But you know what? None of that would have happened if they would just stopped and asked a question. Stopped and asked a question.
Yep.
If you look at it, the other, I actually saw the video of that dude in Australia who killed like 30 people in the mosque. He came out the car, he didn't have to pop the trunk. He didn't have to pop the trunk. He was in the car, dressed and ready. He had everything he needed right over here, got up and started, doing whatever he was doing. If he would have got pulled over and asked a question, most likely they would have seen what the hell was going on in the front seat, in the back seat. They would have seen it. They wouldn't have had to ask the question. Like, do me a favor, step out the vehicle. How many times they tell us, "Oh, I smell some funny odor coming out the car." Mm-hmm. How many times they say that to us to try and search the vehicle? But they don't use none of these tactics. None of these tactics in order to oppress one of their own. Why? Because this is a good old, this dude looks like, he could be one day a middle manager. Look at him. Look like he can be in Office Space. What's that show? Not Office Space. Yeah, is it Office Space?
Office.
Yeah, The Office. Yeah, look like he could be on The Office. One of them, middle management, middle America cats. Get me the next article. The Revolt.
The Revolt.
Yeah. Yeah, the neo-Nazis. I'm pretty sure if this cat was driving around like that, the cops still wouldn't have stopped him. Skinhead with tattoos on his face with a damn swastika chain. I mean, they don't names, but they even got it. He even got a look at the swastika chain. You see it? It's still the style of us. It's still our style. You taking your neo-Nazi cues, you taking it from Young Thug. You taking it from Lil Wayne. You taking it from Lil Uzi. Oh, I don't know about Lil Uzi Vert. But you taking it from the baby. The little baby. Look at that chain, son. Hold up. This nigga, yo. Slack. Let's read why these people are out here.
Good. Neo-Nazi converge in Orlando, declaring white supremacy days after Jacksonville mass shooting.
So these cats felt emboldened. Like, damn right, I wish I could have done that. I wish I could have been there. I wish I could have get her done. Right. You ever you seen Power, right? You ever see what's that dude? Tommy? Is this Tommy? Cancel Christmas? He was in a show where he played a white supremacist. And even though I've seen him as, the Wigger,
he did play white supremacist. I remember that.
I couldn't see him as Tommy when he was playing this cat right here. I couldn't, as much as he was, Cancel Christmas and Ghosts and this and whatnot, being one of the top dope boys in the hood with respect of all the niggas. I couldn't see him as that. He was saying because he had killed this black dude's unborn kid. He was like, I hate you. I hate everything about you. There's nothing that you can do about it. I just, the hate just grows there. And I just seen, I couldn't see anything else. I just seen that white supremacist character he was playing right there. And I see this cat, and that's who I see. That's who I see. Let's keep reading. And it's kind of funny.
Displays of white supremacy seen across parts of Orlando.
Hold on, real quick. It seems kind of funny because these cats are marching when we know there's another group out there who's all about law and order that goes out there marching. They like to be color coordinated as well.
Yikes.
Let's keep reading. If you know, you know.
Right. Displays of white supremacy seen across parts of Orlando this weekend have signaled a reminder to many of the NAACP's warnings about the state growing increasingly hostile under the leadership of Governor Ron DeSantis.
Under the leadership of who?
Governor Ron DeSantis.
So that's like I said, this cat earlier. He's like I'm not even gonna say a baby Trump, but he's one of his ilk. He's one of his, he's seen how the way Trump got the office. He was like, you know what? I can do that. I can do that right here. This is the home of Rosewood. This is a home of all these other things that have happened down here. This is the home. This is one state away from where the Trail of Tears started. We can do this here.
Right.
We can do this. Slocky, where was it? Where was Trayvon Martin? Was that Florida?
Let me see.
Slocky, if I'm getting it mixed up. Slocky.
That was in Florida.
That was in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So he knows the type of constituency that he has. He knows the type of people that vote for him. I'm talking about Ron DeSantis. So these neo-Nazis are there. Well, this article is saying that these neo-Nazis are taking the cue from the governor, the top man in the state. There is no one higher in each state than the governor of that state. Only one is higher is a president. Right? Let's keep going.
On Saturday, September 2nd, several neo-Nazis were observed as they participated in a quote-unquote march on the red shirts with six swastika flags, Hitler salutes, and chants.
Hitler salutes and swastikas, Hitler salutes and chants. I don't know if you know this, but it's actually illegal in Germany to have to brandish a swastika. to invoke the name of Hitler. You can't even say that in Germany. That's illegal. Now, why in the hell is it legal here to have, you know, to be able to do that, or to be able to have a Confederate flag after the losers done lost? But what's the saying of the South? The South will rise again. That's a threat. That's a threat. What you mean you're gonna rise again? Rise again to fight back? Really? But whatever. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading.
The State Anti-Defamation League (ADL) identified the extremist group seen as Cranes Roost Park in Talamonte Springs as the Goyim Defense League and the Blood Tribe. There were about 51 people gathered over a bridge dressed in a uniform that consisted of a red shirt, black pants, and black masks.
Why they gotta have masks on, yo? Why you gotta have a mask on? I'm big into the MCU and the DCEU as well. There's one superhero that don't have no mask. You know who that is?
Superman.
No, but he doesn't have a mask. You're right, but he has an alter ego, alter identity, where he's Clark Kent and then he's Superman. There's one superhero that doesn't give up who you know who he is. He walks around with it all hanging out. You know what that is? Slack. I took that quote straight from the comic book, yo. He says, I like it all hanging out. That's what he said. And he wasn't scared of nobody. He wasn't scared of not near another nigga. You know who that is? John Stewart, the Green Lantern. Everybody has that bullshit, you know, whatever. Everybody has that mask on, but a black man don't give a goddamn. Why? Because first of all, how many black superheroes are there? But anyway, he didn't care. He didn't care. Just like, you know, even though they call us a hate group, we go out there every week, every day, go out there and say the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Yeah. And there is no mask on our face. We'll tell you exactly what you are and where we stand. And we tell you that we tell our people, because we don't need to tell, you know, our oppressor who he is, because he knows exactly who he is. But we need to tell our people who the oppressor is and who our real enemy is. And we don't have no mask on. There is no shame in what we do. We say it at the top of our lungs. And if we can say it any way we can say it, we're going to say it. We don't have to hide our identities. I don't know what the hell they trust in, but we trust in our power, the Most High God. You attack us, you attacking the Most High God, and that's some smoke you don't want. And it's probably that they don't believe, you know, who the Most High God is, or who the Most High power is, or who he's for, or what he can do. But if they really knew, they would do like you know, the very few of the oppressors that they do is come down to our camp and kiss our feet, kiss the boots of the prophets. That way they might be spared. Right. I'm not guaranteeing it. Right. I'm not guaranteeing it. And you know what? When Christ comes back, and if your neck is on the edge of his blade, you might be being spared. Right. That could mean being spared, but that's not up to me. that's up to the Most High God. Right. But these cats got masks on. Why you got masks on? Why you scared, son? Why you scared? We ain't scared. We go out there every week, every day, telling our people that the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And if you dare come up in our face, we're going to tell you why you are the devil that the Bible speaks of. Oh, and every time that you try and do it, you just prove our point over and over and over again. Keep reading. As a part of that was a part of the masses, a part of their uniform.
Some of their chants included white power.
White power. What is white power? Whatever.
Jews will not replace us.
Okay.
And we are everywhere.
You are everywhere. The Most I got is everywhere. Y'all gonna get y'all just dues. Let's keep reading.
Florida Rep. Anna V. Escamani, who represents District 42, said the display was quote unquote absolutely disgusting stuff and another example of the far-right extremism growing in Florida. As she captured footage shared on Twitter.
Now, why is this? I don't think it's disgusting. I don't think it's their kingdom. They can do whatever the hell they want to do. They letting you. They're doing what got their forefathers to murder and slaughter and rape and pillage this land. That's what they're doing. They're doing what they've done since the first time they stepped a foot over here, since the Revolutionary War, since the Civil War, since all throughout slavery, throughout Jim Crow, and still continuing doing right now. The names may have changed, but white supremacy, the ideology of it, has never changed. It is never. It's always the same. White, according to them, white man is on top and everybody else is on the bottom. Let's keep reading.
As she captured footage shared on Twitter, a similar scene unfolded outside of Disney World, where an anti-Semitic and anti-LGBTQ plus demonstration was executed by the order of the Black Sun, the Aryan Freedom Network, and 14 First Members.
So if they hate niggas so much, why in the world would they call their organization the Black Sun? Whatever. Let's keep reading.
Yeah. Earlier this summer, in June, the tourist attraction was the site of similar protests. Signs that blasted racist and homophobic slurs were on display. Others showed their unwavering support for DeSantis' presidential campaign, which has stood on pillars of anti-inclusivity and active efforts to erase DEI initiatives across the state. The controversial gatherings come just one week after 21-year-old Ryan Christopher Palmita targeted and killed 3 Black people at a Jacksonville Dollar General.
So this is really in response to the slaughter, to the attack that their people had on our people. Really, this is an act of war. Really, that's what it is. This is an act of war. And right now, there is only one thing that we can do to respond to this act of war. There is only one thing that we can do, and it's not to tool up, it's not to arm up, it's not to go now. All that stuff, if you're able to do it, find counsel and see if you should do it. Because even if you have the ability to do something, it's not necessarily mean it's a good idea for you to do it. Get counsel. Get counsel from your camp leader and Commander General Yahanna on if you should do it. That's one. 2, just because they do this thing doesn't mean that we should retaliate. And the only thing, like I said, that can be done, the only right thing that can be done, that should be done, is for every single Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child should turn back to our power, the Most High God's laws, statutes, and commandments, and we should follow them under Commanding General Yahanna. That is the only way that this type of stuff will stop. That is the only way that we will be not left vulnerable. Because once we turn back to the Most High God's laws, statutes, and commandments under the guidance of Commanding General Yahanna, is when we won't have to be terrified or terrorized in our own communities, in our own schools, in our own neighborhoods, in our own churches. Well, it ain't gonna be no churches, but it's gonna be schools. They ain't gonna be able to come up in our school and do none of this stuff. They ain't gonna be able to come into our stomping grounds, into our communities. Then they wouldn't be able to do this.
Right.
Keep reading.
Authorities say the gunman used an AR-15 rifle that had white. How do you say that word again?
Swastikas.
Swastikas drawn on it in the racially motivated attack. The tragedy is currently being investigated as a hate crime by the FBI.
Investigated as a hate crime by the FBI. John, give me that video. Give me that video.
The TikTok video?
Yeah. Give me that video. Let me see if we can. I know they're gonna be able to hear it out there, but we can't hear it. Do me a favor, go to the settings, and
they may be able to hear.
They're gonna hear it, but we can't hear it. Go to the settings and go to headphones.
On our computer?
On our not the computer, on the StreamYard.
Do the share screen first or do the settings first?
Do the settings first.
Okay, settings.
So like it, bear with us. The white man's the devil, the Bible speaks of. That's why we're having this issue. Go to audio. Go to headphones.
I see mic, speaker. I don't see any headphones.
First one is the mic.
Second.
And it's go that one. Change it to something else. Change it to AT 2020. And change it back to. Read me off what's up there. Salakia.
Change it back.
Yeah, change it. Now go back to the same setting.
We on right now is AT 2020.
Okay, now.
The next one is communications, headphones, 3A 2020 USB.
Go to that.
2020.
Go to headphones.
Speaker, go to that.
Wait, go what?
The first one is default. Headphones 3, it's the same thing. The second one, same thing. Headphones 3 AT 2020. So it's 2 AT 2020s, but they're both the same thing. One says default, the other one says communication.
Okay, now what's the other one?
The next one says speakers / headphones, IDT, high definition audio.
Do that one.
All right.
All right, now share the screen and give me the TikTok video. Now, this is more proof that the white man is a goddamn devil the Bible speaks of. And we're going to see what they've been doing to our Native American Indian brothers and sisters for decades, centuries. And
Irene Favor, I'm 75, went to residential school in Muskogee in 1941 to 1949. And
so I can hear it. Salakia, bear with us for a hot second. All right, go ahead. Play that. Explain.
I had a very, very rough life. I was mistreated in every way. As a young girl, she was 7-year-old. She was pregnant. And what they did, she had her baby. They took the baby, wrapped it up in a nice pink outfit, took it downstairs. I was in the kitchen with the nun who were cooking supper. They took the baby into the, where they make a fire and all that to heat up the school. They threw that little baby in there and burnt it alive. All you could hear was, that was it. And you could smell the flesh cooking. It's a big mistake when people say we were treated good.
Yeah.
All right. Y'all heard what that sister was saying. The Native American Indian sister said. She said that she was in a residential school. If you don't know what a residential school is, it's hell. It's hell, absolute hell. Let me tell you what a residential school is. A residential school, first of all, it was intended to beat the Indian, the savage, out of the Native American Indian and put more English into them. So what they did was they legally kidnapped these Native American Indian children, took them straight off the reservation, their houses, their homesteads, just took them off. Sometimes the parents brought them off and brought them to the residential school because they said, if you don't do it, you won't be compliant and we'll take away your livelihood. We'll take away anything. We'll take away anything and everything from you if you don't put your child into this residential school. And there's other times where there'll be agents. Now I've heard, interviews where there's cops just driving up, seeing Native American Indian kids playing. He'll say, "Hey, kid, you want some ice cream?" All these kids want ice cream. You goddamn right. These are poor kids. Yes, we want some ice cream. Go ahead, hop in the truck, hop in the car, whatever. Takes them down a road, makes a left or right, whatever. Takes them straight to the residential school. Don't even know, the parents don't even know where they are. When the parents go to the police and say, "Hey, our kids not, we don't know where our kids is," I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm not going out there looking for them. That's what they did to these Native American Indian kids up in Canada. These are called residential schools. And when they got them to the residential schools, they experienced horror. Horror. They got them there. The men, the boys and the girls had their heads shaved. Because just like black people, the Native American Indians, there's something about the hair. When we have hair, there is expression in our hair. The way we take care of our hair, cut it off. Only way you could tell a boy from a girl is the uniform that they give them. Weren't allowed to speak their own language. They must speak English or French if they was in Quebec. They must speak those bastard languages. If they dared speak their own language, they were beaten until they spoke their own language. Now, this story in particular, this girl says she was a young girl, and what she saw a 7-year-old girl pregnant. Let that sink into your head. She said she saw a 7-year-old girl pregnant. And when she had that baby, when that Native American Indian girl had the baby, they are so, bold and brash about, their sins, their atrocities. They don't care who sees it. Why? Because who's going to believe you? 2, who cares? You're nothing but savages. No one cares about your life. Just like they told us, we're nothing but property. They can do whatever it is they want to do to us. So they took that baby, they wrapped it in whatever, and threw it in a furnace in front of these other little kids. Live, living baby. Threw the baby in a furnace. Got several questions. Well, how did that little girl get pregnant? Why is that little girl even on a damn residential school in the first place? Why is she away from her parents, her family, the people who are meant to protect her, and thrown to real life savages, where she was molested and raped and got pregnant, and her baby was then thrown where everybody could see into a furnace? Now, you saying the Native American Indians were savages because you couldn't speak their languages? I have one of the reasons why you probably heard of scurvy. You ever heard of scurvy? Yeah. People don't even really know what it is because it's such an old disease and whatnot. Scurvy is when it's a real lack of vitamin C. And people who got scurvy was people who were on ships, sailors, who like going for an extended amount of time. The reason why people got over scurvy is because of the Native American Indians. They knew what to do when they had a vitamin D deficiency, and when they were on them ships, the Native American Indians survived, and the oppressor died. from scurvy when they could have just ate an orange.
Yep.
But they died. There's so much more. You ever heard of the potato famine in Ireland? You've kind of heard of that. Yeah. You know how they got over that? Native American Indians. It ravaged the Irish. If it wasn't for the different types of potatoes that the Native American Indians grew and was brought back over there, Ireland would go the way of Rome. The Greeks, ancient Mesopotamia, they was about one hit from getting knocked the hell out. How about Congress? How the way Congress, holds session, where someone goes up and everybody shuts the hell up, and that one person that's up is listening, is talking, and everybody else listening. You ever scroll by, one of them when the British are holding like their Congress session? Yeah. You ever seen that? Everybody's talking. It's like chaos. Where do you think the Americans got that whole concept from? The Native American Indians. The Native American Indians. You know how big of a contribution the Native Americans have on this kingdom? And you have the nerve to call them savages? This little girl, this woman, when she was a little girl, she's seen atrocities like that. And you mean to tell her you calling her a savage and you showing her stuff like that? Throwing a live baby, like I said, a bunch of bullies and cowards, throwing a live baby into the furnace. The places where they used to have residential schools, because there's no more. They're digging them up and making new, whatever, building over it, tearing down the residential school and building over it. They have to go down and dig the foundation. And when they go down and dig the foundation, they're finding bones of children, dozens and dozens of children at each residential school. Because when they get killed for speaking their own language, when they get killed for these are kids for wetting the bed, and they just got kidnapped. When they get killed for sticking up for their cousin or their brother or their sister, they're then buried in a basement. They're buried in the back field, and their parents are not even told about this stuff. Get me Isaiah, was it 4:21? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. Yeah. 14:21, yeah. Salakia.
That book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21.
And we're going to close out on this one.
Prepare slaughter.
What?
Prepare slaughter.
Prepare slaughter. Prepare destruction for who?
For his children.
Uh-huh.
For the iniquity of their fathers.
Prepare slaughter for the kids, for the descendants of the people who put this little girl's baby in the furnace. Prepare slaughter for the children of the descendants of the people who put her into a residential school. Right. Prepare slaughter who put her people onto reservations. Prepare slaughter for making her people walk the Trail of Tears. And whoever had children, who had, kids, whoever gave birth and slowed down the line, they dashed their heads against a stone. They got to pay for this. They got to pay for this. And this is not to say that you or me is to get revenge. This is to say that for you and me need to turn back to the Most High God so that he can send Christ back so he can cut their heads off. That's what. They must pay for the crimes that they've done. They must pay for the crimes that they've done. There is no way they're going to get away with it. Just because they may not have got they may have died in old age and not have faced justice. They are right here back in the earth again. Right here back in the earth again. Some of them might even be living, quote unquote, the good life. That's until that sky cracks. Prepare slaughter. Keep going.
Prepare slaughter for their children, for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
For the iniquity, for the sins, for the destruction of their fathers.
That they do not rise.
So that they can't rise. Keep going. Is that how it?
Nor possess the land.
Nor possess the land. Why? Because they cannot possess the land. If they possess the land, they're going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. There is no way that they should be able to possess the land. They need to be put in their place, and their place is in chains. And with that, I pass over to Priest and Officer Barak.
Watch back. We got the security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. TITHES, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offer for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. The upcoming holy convocation. We got memorial of the blowing of trumpets, which is the first day of the 7th month. That'll be Friday, September 15th of this year. You can find this in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 through 25. You want to stay in close contact with your camp leader in your zone, in your city, for arrangements on the high holy days and feasts that are taking place, as far as where to be held at, with time, if you should bring any items, food, drinks, utensils, are children allowed, or all of that type of stuff and above. You just want to stay in close contact with your camp leader. Following that, we got the Day of Atonement, which is the 10th day of the 7th month, which is Sunday, September 24th of this year. That'll also be found in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 27 through 32. Following that, we got Commander Yahanna hosting the Feast of Tabernacles in the United Kingdom this year. You understand? That event is coming close. I believe you have about 1 month to lock in. You got 1 month, and of course, you don't want to push it to the very end. You understand? If you're short on some funds, you want to make it, you got your passport, you need a little bit of advice, you want to contact, don't be afraid to contact your camp leader. Don't try to do it on your own. That's the whole point of why we here. You know what I mean? Don't try to get it on your own. Contact, get some help, get some assistance, so that that everything can move smooth. If you want to make that event, once again, this is the Feast of Tabernacles. This will be the 15th day of the 7th month for 8 days. That'll be Friday, September 29th through Saturday, October 7th of this year. The events in the United Kingdom will be beginning on the 28th of September. It'll be beginning on the 28th of September. You want to make sure you're down there. The whole itinerary is out there. Make sure you find that itinerary, like, share, subscribe. Let your family members know, Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, if they plan or wish to attend, let them know. You understand? This is once again going to be held in the United Kingdom this year. I mean, want to also stay in close contact with your camp leader in your zone as far as what's being done on that high holy day for where your zone is at. Also tonight at 9 p.m. in about 15 minutes, you got Commander Yahanna that's about to go live. Monday night, Commander Yahanna is going live on this channel, America on Fire, Black Watch, Commander Yahanna. You can check it out on the YouTube. You can check it out on the TikTok. He's going to be live on there, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you get on there, like, share, leave a comment up in the section. Besides that, is there anything you want to add on that? No sweat. Remind Akim and Agwathian to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, you should start wearing all black, which includes black boots, black shirts, black pants, black headband, and a scarf. And with that, I say Amajim, which means to stand. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher, Men of Israel, Amadi Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah.
That was my time. That's Smith.
Commanding General Yahanna will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General Yahanna live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the I.S.U.P.K. UK. Lift the glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahushua in King James Castle, bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General Yahanna will put 12 chill General Mahaiman scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, I.S.U.P.K, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General Yahanna will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour. Also, a Johnny Walker Distillery tour. And Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event. Want
us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!
Hello mate, a Spaniard Monday. Now your place when the cuss I win the chase. Get straight to the pace from a day.
Hey, Shalom Israel, it's Captain I.S.U.P.K, right here from DC. Don't forget, this September, end of September, the 28th, 29th, 30th, all the way up to October 4th and 5th. Commander Yahanna and the I.S.U.P.K, we're going to be live in the UK, United Kingdom. We're going to be up in Scotland, in King James Castle. You see the nigga on my chest. Really right there. King James, man, a black man. We're going to go to his family castle in Scotland and Edinburgh. That castle was built on a volcano. Now, that's some nigga shit, man. That's some nigga shit right there. Up on top of the volcano, brother. You don't want to miss it. Kentucky Camp Leader, you could get down. Kentucky Camp Leader, you could make this trip. You brothers in UK, you sisters in UK, you all come on through, man. Commander Yahanna going to be right in your yard. Back hometown, we're going to be Birmingham, Manchester, Leicester, Nottingham, London, Croydon, everywhere done. Everything done.
Now your face and London, done. Another plus clansman, bad man's king down, one dance, paint on gunman. And if you feel like sending the do action, recheck good man, go get a wrong bang. My style, them a kick like Van Damme, Birmingham, London, England, Brampton. Listen up, them off and home, find them. From a 30 gun, mad dog, from a berry yacht. Let us speed me a papa, when I pill them. God, the way you say, senseless, pan the $1 million job. And got the young pan the gram from a fans. I'm ready to it smoother than the dance. Fit them up, better know our time pan the talk. You know us, them flop, them last pan them up. Gun in the London, dun. Another plus clansman, bad man's king down, one dance, paint on gunman. And if you feel like some no do action, recheck good man, before I get hang bang. And my style, them a kick like Van Damme. Birmingham, London, England, Brampton. Yahanna, the girl chase that, manifest that. Bad money, we a make away the vixen fan.